Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Coming to you live from Woods Cross High School as we've got a region rivalry, but a local rivalry special coming up for you here tonight on KSLSports.com. The Woods Cross Wildcats preparing to host the Bountiful Redhawks. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. What a game we have coming up for you here tonight between these two rivals. It doesn't matter what sport they play. It's always packed. It's always loud. There's a lot of pride on the line here tonight at Woods Cross High School. Let's start by introducing the visiting Bountiful Redhawks. They come in 11-5 on the year, 4-3 in region play. Very similar record to Woods Cross. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But they are led by a dynamic scorer, the 6'3 senior Lincoln Smith, averaging nearly 20 per game, coming off a 22-point effort in their win over Alta. Davey Howe's averaging 12, Wyatt Crane's averaging 12. That duo has been fantastic in support scoring of their senior stud. Meanwhile, a lot of other guys who can contribute. And for first-year head coach Brett Hewlett, he likes their balance, their support, and he's hoping they take good shots tonight against this very talented Woods Cross team. Woods Cross comes in 10-6 overall, 4-3 in region as well. These two teams tied for third coming into action here tonight. One of them will have a game lead on the other. Talk about Coach Margette's group, and balance is the word. Elliot Bendinger, the senior, 6'3", they like his matchup tonight. He can play in the post, he can step out a little bit, can be very physical in the paint. And then you mix in a guy like Madden Johnson, Bryson Watson. They can shoot the ball extremely well. Nate Smith Meacham is a guy who's going to have a big defensive assignment tonight, but he also has the ability to contribute offensively at big moments for this Woods Cross team. It's the Cats and the Wildhawks ready to tip off here from Woods Cross High School on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Woods Cross in the home white uniforms, Bountiful in the road reds, and the opening tip is controlled by the Wildcats. Woods Cross starting on this possession. Just a reminder, the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, as we do our best to keep it synced with the official clock here in the gym. As the opening shot for Woods Cross, a little too strong there from Bendinger, rebounded there by Davey Howe, and Bountiful coming up the other end. Howe defended by Madden Johnson. We'll give this over with Lincoln Smith. We talked about him earlier. You see the defensive matchup there. Smith Meacham with the duty tonight. And Sake Willis. This ball kept moving here by Bountiful. Here's Crane, work to the corner. Baseline drive taken away there by Bryson Watson. Tough little baseline turnaround is good. Bountiful first to score as Davey Howe, the 6'4 senior, able to score it. These two teams played earlier this year. Bountiful jumped out to a 21-7 first quarter lead. Woods Cross came back to win that game. As the Cats hoping for a little better start here at home. As Johnson thought about it, works to the corner. Here's Bendinger. He'll look to drive. Baseline, reverse, no, and a foul called. This will go on Howe. That'll be the first. You see Bendinger looking to attack here early. And Coach Margette's, he told me time and time again, they've really tried to get Elliott going, and it's paid great dividends for this group, and they look to get him going here early tonight. As Bendinger betrayed by the home rim here on that first free throw. He'll have one more opportunity coming up. Oh, 0 for 2. They both rimmed out on Elliott as Bountiful able to get the clear. Sent over for Crane. Wyatt looking to kick out. That one athletically kept here by Davey Howe. Bendinger there defensively. In the corner. Hewlett on the drive. Left-handed, no, taken away, blocked. Big denial inside. And Bryson Watson coming up the other way. And Johnson thought about it. He'll look to drive here. Kicks out. Open look for Smith Meacham. No, the rebound brought down there by Willis. Willis on the drive, walked with it. Like the idea there, trying to get that defense to bite, but that pivot foot just slid. There's not a lot of argument there on the play. A good call there by the officials as it's back to Woods Cross. Bountiful here with a little bit of pressure as we are 2 minutes into the contest here. A work over with Watson. Bryson, he can get hot. This one knocked out. It'll stay here. Smith there petitioning it to be last touched by Woods Cross. Official there saw it differently. As it will now be Johnson to inbound. A three from Watson. First bucket of the game for Woods Cross. The first lead of the game for Woods Cross off the Bryson Watson three. He's their best three-point shooter statistically coming into this game. We've seen games where he's absolutely lit it up for Woods Cross. A drive here for Crane in the paint. Nice find to the driver. Won't go as Howe thought there was contact. Woods Cross pushing it on the other way. Watson thought about it. Woods Cross here will settle things up with Marcus Steppen. Steppen on the drive bump there. And he will head to the free throw line here. Is this foul going to be called in on Willis? That'll be his first and the second team foul on Bountiful here in this opening quarter. They did call that on the floor. My apologies. Steppen. Work near side. Here's Watson. Watson. Boy, contact there. They let him play through. Shot wouldn't go. Smith here on the push. In the paint, freed up some room and counts it. The bench there of Woods Cross thought maybe an opportunity there for an infraction. How about Johnson dribbling around? Left-handed shot tough. We might have had a Bountiful defender get a hand on that one late. As Smith on the other end works to Willis in the corner. Approaching the midway point here in our opening quarter. Near side with Howe, Davey. Oh, miscommunication. Bountiful gives it right back. Timeout taken here by Woods Cross. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Want to remind you, KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, as always, brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal at Tab Bank, member FDIC. Also want to thank Wadup's Insurance Agency. While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Wadup's Insurance Agency is the team that will help support and protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Wadup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663. My apologies, 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program. Out of the Woods Cross timeout. Trying to tell it is zone here. Couldn't quite tell. Woods Cross was kind of properly spaced against it. Exactly spaced against, I should say. Shot clock inside 5. Benninger here. Little turnaround from 12. No. Bountiful. That deflected. Great takeaway there by Steppen. And he's looking to get that up the floor, but a foul. This is going to go on Crane. Third team foul on Bountiful here in this opening quarter. Just letting the game clock catch up here. Low scoring opening quarter here between these two. Open look at a three for Steppen. No. That ball tracked down by Hewlett. He's off and running, looking to get a fast break opportunity over to Willis. And a blocking foul called. Shot wouldn't go, but it'll be an opportunity here to head to the line for Sake Willis. As the foul call there on Watson, that's his first. Willis, a 6'3" senior. Didn't talk about him in the open, averages about 7 a game. A nice support scorer for this Red Hawk team and multi-year contributor. In fact, a lot of these Red Hawks, Coach Hewlett talked about with me before the game, been building towards this year. A lot of experience out on the floor when you talk about Crane and Howe, Smith as well, as Willis there makes 1. He'll head to the bench here. Get a breather here for Bountiful. Smith Meacham. Get his back. Watson here looking to drive, and he walked with it. The momentum kind of betrayed him there. He'll have to come off the floors. We'll get a substitution here. Tion Hallbash checking in here for Woods Cross. High post here with Howe. Looking to drive. That one recovered by Smith. Lincoln looking to the corner. Pass off the mark. It's back to Woods Cross. We mentioned that first matchup, 20-7, 21-7 first quarter advantage for Bountiful. Both offenses have had a number of turnovers in this first half, and the open looks they've had have not always gone down. Been a lower shooting percentage first quarter here for these two. As pressure extended here by Bountiful. Woods Cross now setting things up here. Staying in that zone here are the Red Hawks. As Benninger looking to skip across. That one kept by Johnson. Madden here will drive. Nearly lost it. And yes, he did. And a timeout taken here by Coach Hewlett as he wanted to save that possession. 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break. Be back. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Each team using a timeout here in this opening quarter. Bountiful possession has had substitutions come in, including Bentley Moore, who will run the point here for the Red Hawks. That one nearly taken there by Tion, but able to be recovered. Smith looking to drive. Smith Meacham able to get back, nearly thrown away, kept here. Smith works out, a 3 on the way, no. And Johnson tried to get the board. Heilbash was there to secure it. Now looking for help. 90 seconds to go here in this opening frame. Heilbash works to Steppen. Shot clock down to 6. Steppen feeding to Benninger. Kind of has to catch and shoot here. Didn't really have a good look. Had to kind of force one up. Yeah, off the front of the rim. Bountiful with the clear. Inside a minute to go here, opening quarter. Here's Moore. He'll work with Crane. Smith had that deflected, able to maintain it. Shot clock down to 7 for Bountiful now. Crane trying to spin off, gives to Smith for 3. Boy, he doesn't need a lot of room. Even extend that out. That was one of the elements Coach Marquette said. They hit some deep shots in that opener. That one was deep from Smith as that shot clock was ticking down. It's turned off here with 15 seconds left in the quarter. Woods Cross can take the last shot as Johnson coming near side to set this up. Clock down to 8. Smith Meacham gives it back. Madden into the teeth of that D, just able to keep it. Tough turnaround is good, and that will do it for our opening quarter. Bountiful with the early 8-5 lead over Woods Cross at the end of the first. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Tab Bank.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Ready to start our second quarter. 8-5 the advantage here for Bountiful on the road. As your unofficial scorers at the end of one, Lincoln Smith leading all scores. He's got the 5. Davey Howe with 2. Sake Willis with 1. Meanwhile, for Woods Cross, Watson hit the early 3. Madden Johnson with a bucket at the horn. Rounds it out here for you as Bountiful will start this second quarter with possession and the 3-point lead. Boy, Halbash has been really intent defensively here in his opening minutes. Came on late in that first quarter. He's been very active defensively. Well, you see how far out Howe has to come to catch that shot clock down to 10. And Davey trying to drive here on Benninger, kind of gets forced behind, gives to Willis, open look at a 3. Back of the rim, that tapped out. Watson couldn't get there, kept here by Crane. Oh, nice step there. Wyatt Crane with a lane right to the rim. Saw that lane with just a little bit of space. Crane able to take advantage. Oh, what a vision from Tayon. Able to get it into Smith Meacham for his first field goal tonight. It's a dunk. Smith gives back over. Here's Crane. Howe thought about it. He'll send up top. Long 3. Just short. Willis with the offensive board. The putback won't go. And then Howe able to draw contact. Boy, a couple offensive rebounds on that possession for Bountiful. Keep that play alive as Smith Meacham here will pick up his first. And it will be Davey Howe here to the free throw line for an opportunity here at a pair. Good offensive rebounding on that play by Bountiful, by both Willis and Howe. It leads to the Davey Howe free throws. As that first one up and good. And Davey with one more here for the Redhawks. Talk about this region. Olympus 7-0, Highland 6-1, coming into action here tonight. Both these two teams 4-3. That one won't go. Smith Meacham there with the rebound for Woods Cross. Reinforcements coming to the table here for the Wildcats at the next whistle. As Tion looking for Smith Meacham. He'll take the 3 here. No. Backside board brought down there by Johnson. Good find to Benninger. And Elliott now in the scoring column tonight. A nice offensive board there and good vision to find their leading scorer as they try to get Elliott going here early. Back to a 2-point contest. Willis his drive. Terminated. Hands off here to Howe. Worked around. Crane giving back to Davey. Into the corner. Shot clock down to 6. And he carried it. Boy, you kind of saw that dribble come up high. Really hard to keep that hand on top of the basketball. As Bountiful will give it up. Substitutions, we mentioned it. A couple coming on. For Bountiful, it'll be Cole Hewlett coming on. Meanwhile, for Woods Cross, Sam Bennett has checked in for the first time tonight. As Bryson Watson also back on the floor, he's got it here. Stepping in the paint, sends out Smith-Meekum for three. 5 points for Nate Smith-Meekum here in this second quarter. Gives Woods Cross back the lead. How about the closeout by Bendinger? I thought that was blocked, and yeah, the outside officials there agreeing. I thought it was. I thought it was a good call by the officials, but heck of a defensive play there by Elliott. Bountiful here to inbound baseline. Willis on the drive, able to score it. And boy, Bendinger had great positioning, stayed straight up. Sake with a nice athletic burst there and the lift to get over the defense. Very well executed. 1 point game. Watson came around that screen. He'll recover here. We'll give it back over to Bennett. Steppin'. Three on the way, no. And a loose ball foul here going to go on Willis. Bendinger went up to try to get that rebound, and Willis here on the box out. Going to be called. That's his second. We're near the midway point. It was a call that a little frustrated with, is officials here clarifying for the bench, to the bench still, I should say. Watson. Bendinger, quick burst over to Smith-Meekum. No! Boy, Smith-Meekum had a great look. That was just a touch strong off the rim. Bountiful here trying to push the tempo just a little bit, get the ball at the floor quickly. As Crane gives back over to Howe. Here's Davey. Smith double teamed. Passing out, Crane. He'll drive, and a foul called here on Bennett. Backside official there making the call. As it'll be free throws here coming up for Wyatt Crane. Bountiful, a couple trips to the line tonight. They've gone 50% in those. Crane left that short. Woods Cross student section letting him hear it as Madden Johnson is checked back in here for the Cats. As the second free throw, no! Missed opportunity for Bountiful. The Woods Cross able to clear. Still a 1 point game. Approaching 3 to go here in the half. Watson. Bryson Watson with his second three tonight. We told you he can get rolling. 15-13, the lead back to the home side. Howe. Good defensive switch there by Woods Cross. Bountiful really trying to work these screens. Woods Cross done a nice job in their communication. Lincoln Smith, offensive. That will not count. Again, boy, there's a conversation going back and forth. This one were just a very slight kind of nudge, I thought. The one that really could argue is a 50-50 call, and they call it offensive. Bountiful gets the stop. Now the Redhawks out on the run. Hewlett gives back. Catch and shoot for Smith. Won't go, and we've got a loose ball foul here on the floor. This is going to go on Woods Cross as the call here on Nate Smith Meacham. That'll be his second. Third team foul on Woods Cross as Coach Margetz will look to the bench. Landon Shepard will check in here for Smith Meacham. They look inside. Howe able to back it down and score just over the front of the rim. Nice touch shot there from Davey Howe. His second field goal tonight. He's up to 5. He and Lincoln Smith leading the way here for the Redhawks on the road. Step in, shakes the defense. Step in with his first field goal tonight. Lead back to Woods Cross. Hewlett hands off. 90 seconds to go here in this opening half. Smith. Ooh, that one just missed. And it will stay here. Neither team in foul trouble. Each have at least one foul to give here. It's approaching the final minute. No one take it away. They're going to call a foul here. This will go on Madden Johnson. That will be his first. And that is the last foul to give there for Woods Cross. 14 foul. So the next foul on Woods Cross will be free throws. Howe. He'll look to drive, pull it from 12. No, didn't get the roll. Ball bounced around, couldn't be saved. It's Woods Cross basketball. Taylor Nardelli checking in here for Bountiful as Davey Howe will get a rest. Benninger gives back. Bountiful back to that man. They've been in it a lot. They've intermixed some zone. That one, boy, unfortunate deflection off the netting. And gives it to Bountiful. How about the defense there by Steppen? Able to knock that out. Will allow the defense here for Woods Cross to set up. 4-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. As Davey Howe running to the table. He'll check back in here for Bountiful. Oh, what a play. Deflected from behind, and Steppen going to be called for the foul. Boy, Wyatt Crane, off that inbound play, had a head of momentum on his way to the rim. And Steppen there called for the personal. And Crane here will head to the free throw line. An opportunity at 2 here for Bountiful with 33 seconds left. Crane stepping up. That one rimmed out on him. These one of the things that makes this rivalry so tight is just the familiarity between the two. Student sections, players, there's a lot of notes as Woods Cross was trying to run Bennett to the table. Couldn't get him there in time. As they had already given the ball to Crane and Wyatt. There you go. Bennett will check in here as Landon Shepard will come off. Shot clock turned off. Here's Steppen. Student section counting it down as it's down to 5. Steppen, step back 3, no. And that will go out of play with half a second left. Enough time for Bountiful to get one look. And the heave will not go. First half in the book, 17-16. Woods Cross leading Bountiful in this Region 6 matchup on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Ready to start our second half. Woods Cross leading Bountiful 17-16. We talk about this matchup and the passion and rivalry that exists here. Low scoring. I expected more points in that first half. I think both coaches may have expected more points in that first half. The defense has played really well. Both offenses had opportunities, just couldn't quite take advantage of the opportunities they had. We'll see if that changes here in this second half in this 1-point game. Your unofficial scores at the break for Woods Cross. It's Watson with 6, Smith Meacham with 5, Johnson, Steppen, and Bendinger each with 2. Bountiful's done a nice job as Elliott Bendinger trying to establish himself in the paint. Could not get it to him. They'll give back here to Smith Meacham. As here's Watson. Oh, just off the back of the rim. Smith Meacham couldn't get there. It's Bountiful basketball. Your leading scorers for the Redhawks, Davey Howe and Lincoln Smith each with 5. Meanwhile, Crane and Willis each with 3. Usually there's a lot more to round out there. We talk about the low-scoring first half. We mentioned the first game, it was that 21-7 start. It finished 50-47, so it was a little bit lower scoring. And these two teams even below that pace here tonight as Smith worked around that screen. Bountiful. Willis trying to drive, able to score. Nice take there by Willis, who continues to be aggressive on those drives. He's now got 5. Johnson here brings to the middle. We'll work to Watson. He's on a path to the rim. We'll hand this off. Steppen. Double teamed. Sends to Benninger. He'll try to drive. Shot clock inside 5. Off the window, good. Boy, soft touch there at the rim by Elliott Benninger. His second field goal tonight. Missed a couple free throws early. Had that late field goal at the rim. And good to see him get one to go here early in the second. Leading scorer for Woods Cross. They'd love to get him going. A senior. Actually, the last time he'll play Bountiful. Willis. And he walked with it. Bountiful with the turnover. It's back to Woods Cross possession. Johnson will drive. Had that one ripped away. Tracked down in the corner. And yep, Hewlett lost his footing, and Smith Meacham was getting ready to kind of turn the corner, head to the rim. Hewlett got those arms up. Going to be whistled here for the foul, his first personal. Officials have called this one tight. They're trying to make sure this rivalry doesn't get too crazy as Smith Meacham missed his attempt. Johnson's won't go, and a loose ball foul here on Smith Meacham. That's number 3. They need him. His length and defense, he's been guarding Lincoln Smith tonight, and I mentioned the leading scorer for Bountiful has 19. He's only got 5. Crane. He's trying to drive, pass step and push to the corner. Crane will drive again. Smith. He's looking down the lane. Couple defenders there. Fadeaway won't go. Ripped away by Hewlett and fouled. Boy, how about the play by Cole? Hewlett would not give up on the play, as Matt and Johnson here are going to be called for the contact. That'll be the second on Johnson, as Hewlett here to the line to take a pair. And even these two teams had free throws in that first half that were even tough to get them to go down. There's Cole here to the line. Good on the first. All back on the floor here. First point tonight for Cole Hewlett, according to my sheet. See if he can make it 2. Smith Meacham has come off the floor for Woods Cross with his 3 personal fouls. And Hewlett makes them both. Each team now with 5 different scorers in this little scoring affair. 20-19. Johnson, defended by Willis. Tion looking for Benninger, gets it into him. Boy, no whistle there. Bountiful here on the push. Oh, and they led Crane too far, out of bounds. We'll be back to Woods Cross. We've talked about they've called the game fairly tight. The official was right there baseline. I'm up in the stands. I thought that there could have been a whistle. He obviously, with a much better perspective, didn't see it. Hence, let him play on. Oh, and that one into the backcourt. Woods Cross giving it back. As that was kind of a back shoulder fade. It works great in football. Basketball, it ends up being a turnover. Bountiful here will inbound. As we approach the midway point here in our third quarter. Willis in the block, trying to work around Johnson, gets it up and scores. In a night where the leading scorers have not been able to stay in line with their averages, Sake Willis now with 7. That's his average. He leads all scorers in this one. Tion, no. Johnson trying to keep that loose ball here, and it is Bountiful basketball. Boy, any lead in this one feels like a multi-possession lead, and Bountiful here can take a multi-possession lead. Haven't had one since I think the early part of the second quarter, maybe late in the first. And Smith working around the screen, now going to drive, offensive foul. Boy, great help there by Bryson Watson coming over as Lincoln Smith going to be called here for the charge. And that will be his second. Back to Woods Cross as Tion will come off the floor here. Stepping back on here for the Cats. Benninger trying to create space in that lane. Can't control it. It's back to Bountiful. When we talked about the defensive matchup for Woods Cross against Lincoln Smith, the Bountiful leading scorer, it's been Davey Howe tonight who's been matched up against Benninger, and he's done a nice job on just that, those denials, making those entries really tough for Benninger. And they've not been able to capitalize as much as they would have liked here tonight. Speaking of Woods Cross in the paint, this is Howe now in the block, trying to spin around on step, and is blocked. Boy, and Marcus maybe caught something in the eye, trying to get his vision back. Is a block here going to be called? And this will go on Crane. Stepping here, still kind of blinking that eye. Looks like he's okay. They'll make a substitution here as Hallbash back on the floor here. Off the inbound play. It's Johnson. Nice look there for Woods Cross. Fourth point tonight for Madden. Back to a 1-point game. Here's Willis, worked over Howe. He's going to drive, and that one was knocked away by Johnson. Tion able to recover here for Woods Cross. Nice defensive play, extra pass. Johnson for three. No. Offensive board. Benninger double teamed. Will pass out. Tion for three. No. Johnson with another offensive rebound. And we're going to have a whistle here inside. And a technical foul going to be given here after. Johnson will be credited for the two. They call the flop warning inside. And now a technical being given to Coach Hewlett. So it'll be two free throws here for Woods Cross. We mentioned back in that first half, there were moments where the officials were having conversation with that Bountiful bench. And Coach Hewlett here, I think he's trying to petition still. Hard for us to hear anything that's going on being said, but he's still trying to get an explanation. As it will be Bryson Watson, and missed it. One more here for the senior. Oh, well, you see the reaction there by Bryson. That is nearly a perfect reaction. We have seen a number of free throws tonight here, even for Woods Cross have had just that. Rattled out of the rim. There's about 1:50 left. We're going to leave our clock pause here for you. It'll catch up. Here's Benninger. Looking inside for Madden. Johnson ran out of room, skipped out. Watson, his three, no. Johnson picks it up and scores. Madden Johnson right now making a living at the rim. He's got 6 straight points, all coming in the paint. And a foul here going to go on Johnson. And this will be his third. Third team foul on Woods Cross here, as we've got just under a minute and a half to go in this third quarter. Steppen coming back on the floor here for Woods Cross. Good to see he's okay. Took that shot in the eye earlier. He's good to go. And now a technical going to be given here to Woods Cross. And that will be the fourth on Johnson. Smith Meacham will check in here for Woods Cross. His 2 free throws now for Lincoln Smith. That one rattled out. That one good. We talk about the energy in this building. You could feel it, even though these teams have been lower scoring, and now a timeout taken here by Bountiful. Full timeout taken. It'll be Bountiful basketball when we come back here to Woods Cross High School. Welcome back, 25-23. Woods Cross with the lead. Madden Johnson, who has 6 here in the third, 8 in the contest, 4 personal fouls on the bench here for Woods Cross, as it will be Bountiful basketball after that technical foul. The winner of this game will have sole possession of second or third place in this ever tight Region 6. Smith, not a lot of room to work there, will outlet out. Howe on the drive. Tied up after Davey Howe. Able to gather that and head right to the rim. He's got 7. Bennett. A long 3 won't go. Rebounded there by Willis. And Bountiful here, got to be patient. Howe will back things out here. 35 seconds left in the frame. Got away from the ball here. Going to be called on Bennett. Be the second on the senior. As that was the 5th team foul for Woods Cross. Wyatt Crane will head back to the line. His first one good there for Wyatt. Missed a couple early, hit one in the third, and now, or in the second, now one here in the third. Feels like he's kind of found his rhythm again. Able to get them both. Shot clock turned off here. 2-point lead for Bountiful. Clock down to 12. Steppen looking for Benninger. That was deflected and a foul. That'll be just the 4th team foul. We'll go on Howe. That'll be his second. So with 3 seconds left, Woods Cross will inbound. And a timeout here called by Coach Margetts. See what they want to draw up. We'll be back. Woods Cross with a last look here in the third quarter when we come back. Final possession here of this third quarter. Woods Cross will inbound it. Bennett gives back. Steppen hanging and scoring at the buzzer. We are tied up at 27 as we head to the fourth quarter. Woods Cross, Bountiful, will be back. Student section, they've been loud, they've been engaged all night, as has the Bountiful student section, which is seated behind us. 27 apiece as we head to this fourth quarter. We talked about that first matchup between these two. It was a 52-47 win for the Cats. They used a 14-5 fourth quarter to come from behind to finish off Bountiful. We'll see if they can have a strong fourth quarter here again. Looking for the regular season sweep over their rival. Bountiful looking for a little revenge. The Bountiful women got the win earlier today. As here's Howe. Looking to drive here on Smith Meacham. Kicks to the corner. Hewlett. Boy, a big three by Cole Hewlett. I have that as his first field goal tonight. It is a big one. What a way to start this fourth quarter for the visitors. stepping. Boy, Bountiful really intense defensively. That one deflected out. It'll stay here. I mentioned Bountiful coming off that nice win over Alta. Woods Cross came off a very competitive game against Olympus as they go inside and is fouled. That's before the shot clock went off, as this will send Landon Shepard here to the line as Howe picks up his third. I was talking with Coach Marquez before the game about that Olympus game. Woods Cross lost 70-60. He said, I loved our defense. They felt like did a really nice job on Gavin Lowe, who has the ability to go off pretty much anytime he wants. But the way their offense played, really liked the way they battled in that. Thought they could build on that here tonight, and certainly been a competitive game between these two. Are both really positioned to be problems in the 5A tournament as both those free throws are missed, and Bountiful here with the rebound. Madden Johnson is at the table. He'll have to wait for the next whistle before he checks in. He's got the 4 personal fouls, something he'll have to be cognizant of as we round out this final quarter of regulation. Quick step and a foul called. How about that drive by Bentley Moore? Able to get Landon Shepard in the air, and the senior will pick up his first foul. It'll also be the first team foul on Woods Cross, as this will allow Madden Johnson to check in here for the Cats. Would believe that'll be for Shepard. 2 free throws here for the senior Bentley Moore, as that one rimmed out. And Moore here with his second as that substitution is made. Second for Bentley, yeah. Been a while since we've had a 2-possession lead in this one. We've got it here, 6.5 to play in regulation. Watson looking for Benninger. He's trying to work baseline quickly, sends out. Smith Meacham. Gives back to Watson. He'll take the long 3. No. And Howe with the board. Hewlett. Here's Smith. They got the switch defensively. Lincoln here down the lane. Left-handed shot came off long. Benninger trying to lead the run out. Thread that pass, but Howe able to disrupt it. Will allow that Bountiful defense here to get set up. Johnson to inbound, looking at the rim. Count the bucket, good. Smith Meacham with a bucket on the inbound. The foul called here on, I don't know who. They indicated a number that I don't see on the floor. It'll be on Moore. First on Bentley, second team foul on Bountiful. Chance here for Smith Meacham to whittle this down to a 1-point game. Off the back of the rim. These two teams combined tonight have only hit 4 threes. It's the kind of shooting night it's been. They've had looks long as well as close. Just been a tough shooting night here at Woods Cross. Lincoln Smith gives back here to Howe. Now Crane. 10 on the shot clock. Crane gives to Smith for 3. And a timeout taken. 30-second timeout by Bountiful as Lincoln Smith, with his second 3 tonight, has pushed it to a 5-point lead for the Redhawks. Basketball, I mentioned these two teams have only combined for 4. My apologies, they've combined for 6. I missed Cole Hewlett's 3 earlier in this fourth quarter. So Bountiful has, by my count, only hit 3 threes. 2 of them have been in this fourth quarter. That's what has helped them to open up a 5-point lead here. Smith Meacham gives to Steppen. Boy, Bountiful, their defense is really communicating well as Watson gives back over. Steppen, denied by Howe. Davey on the run. Count the bucket, Davey Howe. Started off with the defense. His speed able to get him to execute on the offense. And Davey Howe with a chance here at a 3-point play. Howe, no lane violation. It'll be Woods Cross possession. Approaching 4.5 to go here. Smith Meacham. They get it back to him, and a foul called inside on Hewlett. It'll be the second here on Cole. That inbound denied, but tracked down by Johnson. Good awareness there by the junior. Madden, defended by Hewlett, now looking for help. We'll give to Steppen. Willis at the table for Bountiful. Smith Meacham work to the corner. Watson will drive and fouled here by Hewlett. Bountiful thought he had good defense. Back-to-back fouls here on the senior. He's picked up his third, and that will send Bryson Watson to the free throw line here for Woods Cross. Midway point here, and points definitely needed for the Cats. Able to get that one to go down. Remember, Watson had missed a couple earlier and kind of gave that look like really a rim betraying the senior. That one able to go down for him. That one was long. So 1 for 2 on the trip there by Watson. It has it a 6-point game. 3:50 to go. Willis gives back to Howe. Lincoln Smith trying to post up. Working here against Steppen. Tough shot. Couldn't tell if Steppen got a piece he might have. Watson came up with it for Woods Cross. Cats across the timeline. Here's Steppen. Madden. Boy, good defense there by Crane. Gives over to Smith Meacham. Extra dribble there for Smith Meacham. Allows him to get that little wraparound as Nate, with a pair of buckets here in the fourth, has it at a 4-point game. Timeout taken by the Cats. 36-32. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Want to remind you, KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week is brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account, with a 2.75% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal at Tab Bank, member FDIC. Want to thank Tab Bank for their sponsorship of KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. A reminder, come join us on social media and on KSLSports.com as we'll have all of our content videos, give you our fast break videos, our starting 5 videos. We'll catch up on all the action across the state right here on KSL Sports Rewind. A Bountiful basketball. Woods Cross now going to extend their pressure a little bit. See if they can't Get maybe an extra possession, slow up Bountiful here as Johnson had to kind of peel off of that. Good decision. He's got the 4. They kick to Howe in the corner. No, the 3 wouldn't go. Tapped out. It will stay here. Inside, Howe. Looking to back down Bendinger. Wouldn't go. Batted around, and Bendinger here going to be called for the foul. As this will send Howe here to the free throw line. First personal there on Elliott. Howe with a chance here to get to double figure scoring. No one else is in double figures tonight. Davey now is. As he's got himself 10 unofficially. Lincoln Smith has 9. He's the next closest. 8 for Madden Johnson. 9 for Smith Meacham for Woods Cross. As the lead is now 6. Watson gives to Johnson, trying to free up Bryson. Willis able to fight through that screen to stay right with him. And a foul going to be called here on Willis. This will be the 3rd on Sake. That was a 15 foul on Bountiful. Boy, I missed that. Added up here in this 4th quarter in a hurry. It'll be a pair of free throws now for Bryson Watson, and Woods Cross will be shooting free throws on any foul for the remainder of this 4th quarter. It's the first free throw there short. Watson will have one more. Able to split the trip. Hewlett. Oh, that was out off Bountiful. Boy, nice defense there. I think Bendinger was the one who was able to knock it away, and it hit the foot of Hewlett late. So the Woods Cross defense, that pressure did what it was intended to do. Gives the ball back here to the home side. 5-point game as we approach 2 minutes to play. Johnson terminated, works over to Steppen. He'll drive, kicks out. Watson, extra dribble for 3. No. Bendinger with the board, and a foul going to be called on Howe. And so it will be Elliott Bendinger to the line, and that's now the 4th foul on Davey. So Bendinger, just the 4 points tonight. We talked about the first matchup between these two. He had 15. Bountiful's done a nice job on him as Elliott there at the line. Boy, confidently hits the first. One more to get us back to a 1-possession game here with just under 2 to go. We mentioned the 5 team fouls for Bountiful, only 3 for Woods Cross. So that defense has 1 to give as Bendinger short. And the rebound brought in by Smith. Pressured, intercepted. Steppen. And a blocking foul call. Boy, Bountiful thought that was a charge. Crane petitioning for the charge. The bench of Bountiful frustrated. And my apologies, they actually called it on Lincoln Smith. That's his 3rd, as this will send Steppen to the line here for a pair. So that pressure forcing that early pass. Steppen with a nice interception and a chance here to capitalize off the turnover. Able to make them both. 2-point game. The trap. Able to get it up. Hewlett. Knocked away from behind, but it goes right to Smith. Willis with the open look. No. Watson with the board. He's now pushing it. Bryson Watson. And it's going to be offensive. That'll be the third on Bryson Watson. Fourth team foul on Woods Cross. And so now Bountiful on the next Woods Cross foul will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the contest. As a little bit of perspiration on the floor, they'll look to wipe that up. I mentioned for Bountiful, Coach Hewlett in his first year. He's an alum at Bountiful, played at Bountiful, coached with Coach Maxwell and then with Coach Cepena last year. And now the head man. A lot of familiarity, obviously, with his players, the program. Trying to get a big win on the road here. Woods Cross, that one nearly thrown out. Smith able to track it down, and now Coach Hewlett going to take a timeout. Full timeout taken here by Bountiful. Step aside, be back. Redhawk basketball after this. Go here in the fourth. Want to thank Wadup's Insurance. While we all love spending time supporting our high school teams, Wadup's Insurance Agency is the team that will support and help protect you. Whether it's your business, home, rental properties, cars, or recreational vehicles, Wadup's Insurance Agency is the local insurance pro you can count on. Call or text us at 801-683-3663 to evaluate your insurance program at Wadup's Insurance. Bountiful basketball. Crane will back this out. Bountiful taking time off the clock here. Oh, step-in going to be called here for the foul. And that will lead to free throws. Lincoln Smith will head to the line here. As Marcus picked up his second. Pressure free throws here for the senior Lincoln Smith. Been a multi-year starter, contributors. The first one good. That's where you want that experience. We mentioned Coach Hewlett talked before the game about the experience of this group. Coach Hewlett looking to this experienced crew to close this one out on the road. Willis to the bench will catch a break. There's Bentley Moore back on. Smith able to hit them both. 4-point lead for the Cats. Inside a minute to play. Johnson worked over to Steppen. His drive into a double team, looking for help, and is fouled here by Moore. Boy, maybe got bailed out on that one, was caught in the air, and Moore just trying to be aggressive with the contact there. Will send Steppen here to the line. There wasn't a lot of places for Steppen to go. Thought he had an outlet, it was covered, and Marcus here good on his first. Makes it a 1-point contest again. Second free throw here for Marcus. No. That one tracked down by Bountiful. 3-point game. About an 11-second differential. Game clock to shot clock as Bountiful trying to work it up past this pressure. They do. Quick step by Crane. Hands off. Howe. We'll kick this back out. They'll take time off here. Woods Cross has to get a stop. No points allowed here for the Cat defense. Crane. Working around Hewlett. He'll look to drive, and it's off of the thigh. It's Woods Cross basketball. They got a hand in there on the drive, and it came off the thigh of Crane. He thought he was fouled, but a timeout going to be taken here by the Cats as Coach Margetts has an opportunity to draw up a game-tying play. We'll be back. Woods Cross with a chance to tie it late. Woods Cross basketball. They'll have to go the length of the floor. 40-37. We talk about the three-point shooting tonight. Bryson Watson has hit a pair of them. Nate Smith-Meacham hit one back in the first half. No threes made in this second half for Woods Cross. Can they change that here late to try to get a tie against their rival here at home? Steppin. Watson, they can't free him up. Skipped over to Johnson. Johnson, double team there, gets the shot away. That is short. Tracked down, out of bounds. It'll stay here. Bendinger was there to fight for it. Howe thought it was out off Woods Cross. It will stay here with the Cats. And Coach Margetts will take his final time out. 2 seconds left. One last look for the home team when we come back. Woods Cross will have it baseline. 2.9 seconds left. You have a time for maybe a pass, maybe a dribble or two, but this shot has to be pretty quick. The Bountiful student section trying to cheer on their defense on the road, looking for retribution after they fell to the hands of the Cats back at home a few weeks ago. On the inbound, looking for Bennett, catch and shoot. No! Rebounded by Howe, and Bountiful pulls off the 40-37 victory over Woods Cross. Boy, you talk about rivalry games, that shows you what it means. That staff, the players looked up at that Bountiful student section to cheer them on after securing the win. Great game tonight. It was low scoring. These two defenses played phenomenal. Really made it tough on the stars, the studs. And in the fourth quarter, it was Smith and Howe helping to lead the way for Bountiful. They've done it all year long. 40-37, Bountiful with the win. They improve to 5-3 in region play. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week as Bountiful gets the 40-37 win over Woods Cross. For Kurt Colton, my name is Dane Stewart. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on KSL Sports Rewind Game of the Week.